Shout Studios has released a set of classic Tokusatsu films, but is it worth picking up? Let's find out.
It's morphin' time!
Special shout out to all our channel members, including our Captain Tiers, Infinity Wartorn, Spin-54, Super Shaddix Boom, Toma K, MJ Klein, Infinite 1985, SSJ4 Jason, Oma Ender, Scrublord Gaming, Psycho O's, and Kyle. You can join in the join button down below and find out more details for perks, including early access. Hello, this is Soundout here, and welcome to my review of the classic Tokusatsu collection from Shout Studios. So this release is quite interesting because it kind of came out of nowhere. This is a collection of 7 Tokusatsu films from the 1950s and 60s, and they are not associated with the classic Toei Tokusatsu franchises like Kamen Rider or Super Sentai, but they are Tokusatsu films, and they predate all of those. Some of the founding versions of the medium, the founding works in a lot of ways that establish some things that we come to know and love from the Tokusatsu medium. And so because of that, it's a really cool collection to have. But there is some caveats to it. So first of all, these movies did randomly appear on the Tokusatsu streaming platform, which is on Shout TV and Tubi and other places. And you can still watch those movies there if you're in the US or Canada. And those films are available there. And then they're also available on this Blu-ray set. But this Blu-ray set has I want to say a catch, but that's not quite what I mean. It's exclusive to the Shout Factory website and store, and it's limited to 2,500 copies, which personally speaking, I think was a smart choice because I don't think this has wide appeal. The Tokusatsu medium is a niche of a niche of a niche, and this is a niche of a niche of a niche of a niche of a niche. There's only going to be so many people that want this, and I think it was smart to do it as a limited edition. That also meant I kind of had to jump on this if I wanted to get it, and I was unsure if I could because this thing runs $70 US, which is not a bad price for 7 movies. That's about $10 a film. If they released them separately, they'd be $15 to $20 a piece, so I don't mind that too much. I just, it came up pretty quick. It was like these movies appeared on streaming, and then a week later, the pre-order went up, and then it shipped early. It actually, it was supposed to release on the 27th of February. It got to most people on the 20th. So it showed up a little early, which is fine because you get charged up front for the pre-order from Shout Factory, so it was like ordering an in-stock item at the end of the day. It just was something I wish we had a little bit more lead time and a little bit more prep time, because, especially when you're running a YouTube channel like this, it's not great when you suddenly have to spend $70 plus tax out of nowhere. Luckily, there was free shipping. So outside of that, that's all the preamble of, like, how do you get this, where is it released, and that sort of thing. I will put the link in the description, though be warned, it may be sold out already. I'm not exactly sure how quick this will be selling because, again, niche of a niche of a niche of a niche. That being said, I think this is the best looking cover we've gotten from any Shout Tokusatsu release. Ignoring the Kamen Riders and Super Sentais and everything we got there, this is a brand new art piece representing the 7 films. There is a character from each of the 7 films, typically the lead character, and it looks amazing. I love this. I wish we could see this for the Rider and Sentai releases, though I know that Toei's approvals on those are probably a little bit harsher, a little bit tighter. This is an amazing piece of artwork. We've got all the main characters from the different films, and it just presents a nice, bright, splashy image. And definitely better than trying to, like, combo all of the posters together, because I don't even know if some of these films have posters available, because they are so old. You can see Classic Tokusatsu Collection right there, and on the spine. Now, yes, it does look like Tokusatsu is capitalized. Technically, it shouldn't be, but, that's just how it goes. 4-disc sets, Shout Studios, that is Shout Factory's new name, by the way, but they are still using SF codes for their Blu-rays. And then on the back here, we've got a nice little layout where it says, be prepared to be transported back to the 60s in 1959 for some of the early eye-popping Tokusatsu films from Toei. Friends from Space, Amphibious Gilman from an Underwater City, a superhuman mummy ready to save Earth, Sonny Chiba fighting robot men. This stupendous box set is your ticket to the best of the colossalist genre of them all. Not exactly my favorite thing here, because you're saying genre, and these are not all the same genre. Tokusatsu is a medium, not a genre. A genre is a type of story. A medium is how you tell that story. And that's a good case in point. Half of these are ninja movies, half of these are monster films, some are sci-fi. These are not all the same genre, so it's always a thing that bugs me because it happens in official and fan media, but Tokusatsu is not a genre, it's a medium. It's just like animation is not a genre, it's a medium. It's how you tell the story, not what type of story it is. But you can see down here we've got a nice little list of tech specs. So most of the movies here are in 1080p, 23.5:1, which is your anamorphic widescreen. Ninja Scope is going to be in 133:1 because it was a compilation of a TV show. We'll talk about each movie individually in a moment. And Terror Beneath the Sea is in standard widescreen because that was just how it was produced. English subtitles and new translations for Terror Beneath the Sea's English subtitles. But you can see our Blu-ray producer is Cliff McMillan, and our package designer was Callie Chung, and the cover illustrator was Eamon Winkle. So this wonderful artwork was Eamon Winkle. Anyways, really nice layout. It is Region A. They are not rated, that sort of thing. So what's really cool here is that you got a description of each movie and their poster. But then if you open the case and get to the inner case, it actually shows you what movie is on what disc, which I think is really, really helpful. So the descriptions here are the same as the descriptions here. I just think this is a little bit easier to look at because of the poster thing. So let's talk about each movie. First of all, we got Prince of Space from 1959. It is in black and white. A mysterious hero must intervene when a nefarious presence from outer space arrives to steal a powerful new rocket fuel. So this was the first Prince of Space film. There is a second one that is not included on the set. That could be a licensing thing. I don't know enough about these movies to know what would be causing that, but that is just something that I did find out when I looked up the stuff. I did some research. This runs for 57 minutes. The second film is Invasion of the Neptune Men, starring Sonny Chiba. Sonny Chiba being a very famous actor in Japan, and he did a lot of tokusatsu stuff before he did like his samurai films. Sonny Chiba stars in this fantastical adventure about repelling invaders arriving from a distant planet to attack Tokyo. So 75 minutes. This one is in black and white as well. And then we got Watari the Ninja Boy, 1966. It's in color. When the evil leaders of two ninja clans con their members into relentless war, only a young ninja boy can save the day. That's running for 86 minutes. This one's interesting because you can see the poster here shows some like drawn artwork. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, this is based on a manga series. I'm not exactly sure because there's like basically no information online about this movie from what I could just gather in a quick search. Golden Ninja, aka the Golden Bat, is probably the most famous of all of these films to tokusatsu fans, because this is like one of your first early masked heroes. So for example, like, you have your like ninja, because this is like the ninja hype boom era, like ninjas were really popular in the 60s. This guy here, he's wearing a full mask. I think they don't even actually credit who plays Golden Bat, but he is like really well known. His name is Golden Bato, which is why it can be technically Golden Bat or Golden Ninja. The official name is Golden Ninja, but I appreciate them putting Golden Bat here because I think that's where most people know his name as being. But he's kind of like an early inspiration for a lot of things like Kamen Rider. So this is probably, again, the most famous movie on the set. Probably also why he got the big presentation out of everybody here. He got the largest. So an evil alien threatens Earth, and a group of scientists travel to Atlantis to awaken a superhuman mummy defender in this thriller starring Sonny Chiba. Yeah, we get it. Sonny Chiba's in a lot of these. So 73 minutes, and it's also presented in black and white. Okay, next from 1966 as well is Dragon Showdown, aka the Magic Serpent. I basically know nothing about this movie. I couldn't find hardly anything about it. A young prince must summon all of his powers to take back a throne stolen from his family by a treacherous murderer. 85 minutes. All right, so next up we have Ninja Scope. This one's interesting because I'm not exactly sure which movie this is. So there was a series called Ninja Akakage, which was based on a manga series. There was an anime adaptation as well, but there was a live-action tokusatsu series for that. Then later on, there was some movies. There was a compilation film in '67 that was made for the international market exclusively. There was a 1969 movie, which was a 3D film, which I think is what this is, because this is the 1969 film. Again, there's not a lot of info on these online, despite Ninja Akakage being like the first color tokusatsu TV series. So it's interesting this is included because it's essentially a tie-in movie to a series that we don't have, but it's listed as Ninja Scope because that's just the international name. And so it makes me want to think this is the, compilation film made for the international market because the film is presented in, your good old 1:33:1, your 4:3 aspect ratio that the TV series is in. But it's also a mix of color and black and white footage, so maybe it is a 3D film. I'm not exactly sure on this, and I would love for any clarification for Ninja Akakage fans in the comments, because it doesn't really give you any bonus features on here to like tell you anything, because there's no like essays or anything on these films. So I'm a little bit in the dark as to which Ninja Akakage film this is, but it is listed as Ninja Scope, if that helps. Yeah, a little bit confused on that one. And then there was a bonus film from 1966 Fully in color, Sonny Chiba stars in this tale about a group of surface dwellers who happen upon an underwater city ruled by a mad scientist and his amphibious servants. 79 minutes. This is actually interesting. This was a Japan and US co-production. It never had a US theatrical release, but it did have an English version. The version presented here is with English audio, and then you get English subtitles for like closed captioning, but you don't get Japanese audio with this. So it's interesting, it's the only film in English. The rest of these are only in Japanese. So let's take a look at the case here. It's the same artwork here. Like I said, it sort of tells you here. The interesting part here is you do have a little bit more spec-based features. So you've got your English with English subtitles, new translations for Prince of Space, Japanese audio, Japanese for Watari, English new translations. So you got English. Yeah, this is pretty much all say they're new translations, which is good. It doesn't make it clear down here where it says English subtitles, new translation, and then it says Terror Beneath the Seas with English subtitles. Why is that different if they're all new? I don't know. But yeah, so you got that. So these 6 are in Japanese, and then this one is only in English dub. Opening this up, we've got a nice collage of images on the inside case, just different stills from the various films, which is really cool. And you can see here's disc 1, and I like that it puts the running time of each movie separately as opposed to like a running time for the whole disc. So Prince of Space, Invasion of Neptune Men, then we got Watari the Ninja Boy, Golden Ninja, Dragon Showdown, Ninja Scope, and then the last disc just contains Terror Beneath the Sea. So because most of these movies are under an hour and a half, with some of them like Ninja Scope only being 52 minutes, it does make sense to put 2 on a disc, because essentially you're getting, you're like 3 hours of movie on each disc, which is pretty nice. In the set overall, you get 8.5 hours of footage, which is pretty good. I mean, you get a good amount of stuff. So like I said, the $70 price point I don't really have a problem with, because it does feel like you are getting a good value for that. It was just the timing. But that being said, let's take a look at the menus and the contents of the discs and see if there's any bonus surprises that the packaging doesn't tell us about. Okay, so upon booting up each disc, you get the disc number, and then you get a selection of 2 movies. So for this one, you got Prince of Space or Invasion of the Neptune Men. So we'll select Prince of Space. And then every menu pretty much looks like this. They just add the little title here, but as the artwork from the box. You've got play, you got subtitle options, which is just English on and off on most of them, and then you go back to the movie select. And then that'll take you back here, and then you can switch things, and you'll usually get the music playing that is the theme song for that film. Some of them have trailers, like Invasion of the Neptune Men, you can play the trailer. And then you can see here, this is off the trailer, but you can see that the subtitles are nice, bold, yellow fonted subtitles, which is pretty nice. I like it. It gives a nice presentation overall. All right, so here's disc 2 with Watari the Ninja Boy and Golden Ninja or Golden Bat. So we'll take a look at Watari. And you see similar setup. You got a trailer for Watari. You've got subtitle options of English on and off. And of course, you have the movie select. And then for Golden Ninja, same deal. Trailer, subtitle options being just English on and off, and movie select. And of note, it does use the name Golden Ninja, which is the official name that Toei's given the movie, even though Golden Bat is the more associated name of this character. In the subs, it still says Golden Ninja. Good old trademarking. All right, disc 3 has Dragon Showdown and Ninja Scope. Dragon Showdown contains the movie, the trailer, and of course your subtitle options of just being English. It's kind of interesting. I don't know why it doesn't just say subtitle on and off here. It always pops up a little menu. It says English, but there's no other options. And then for Ninja Scope, same exact lineup here. Trailer, subtitle options, movie select, the usual bit. And on Ninja Scope, the subtitles are white, because it's in color. If it's in black and white, they use yellow. If it's in color, they use white, at least pretty consistently. Disc 4 strictly contains Terror Beneath the Sea, which is in English audio, so your subtitle options are just English on and off, but it defaults to off because the English is the main audio as well. So it's the only movie that's on the last disc. I will say all the movies look good, except for Terror Beneath the Sea. It looks a little rougher. It's probably why it's listed as a bonus movie. Especially this title card sequence, it's super rough. It's kind of blurry. There is scratches and dings and dents all over the film, so it didn't get as nice of a transfer as the other films, which look pretty pristine. I mean, they are older films, so they're not perfect, but they look a little bit better than the way that Terror Beneath the Sea does, especially in its opening credits. Because even when we get to the film itself, it's definitely not as sharp or as crisp as a full HD transfer would be. It is technically in HD. It just is really kind of it looks not great. And it's one of the things that it's definitely not anybody at Shout's fault. It's definitely a source material problem. but it definitely looks the weakest out of like all the movies. So in conclusion, is the classic Tokusatsu collection worthwhile being in your collection? Well, it depends on the type of Tokusatsu fan you are. If you're a Kamen Rider Sentai type, then probably not. I mean, it doesn't really fit with anything that you got going on. If you like all types of Tokusatsu films and movies, yeah, I mean, this probably would be up your alley. If you're a Kaiju fan, there is, some monster action, but it's going to be more ninjas. It's more ninjas and space stuff than anything, and space ninjas. So if you're into like ninjas and sci-fi stuff, probably also your jam. The big thing, though, is that it is limited, and it is only going to be available for a short time. So you probably already made up your mind if you're going to want it. But if this video was basically here to help you decide, is this something I want to get? Is this set worth it? I will say it is worth it. But you got to be cool with the $70 price. You got to be able to get it from Shout Factory. And you got to be able to say, yeah, this is something I want. You got to be all in, or you can't really pick this up casually. At least you shouldn't. It's a lot for a casual pickup. But I say the set is worthwhile. The films don't look perfect. It's not like they've been, delicately restored into full, crisp 4K quality. No, they're basically what Toei had on hand. Nice looking versions of the films for the most part, and really good subtitles. I think the subtitles are great. Yeah, it would have been nice to have called this beautiful man Golden Bat instead of Golden Ninja, but licensing and trademarking is how it is. So it is nice to see this kind of collection exist. I think it was smart to do it as a limited run because I do think the market for it is very small, and I hope it has been successful because it would be nice to see other more obscure, more niche Tokusatsu media come out to the market, because I think it just helps diversify the palette. So we're not just sitting here going, when's the next Rider, when's the next Sentai, when's the next Ultraman? Like, there's more to Tokusatsu, and I think stuff like this is great to see to expand our horizons in a lot of ways. So that does it for this video. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the like button. Helps this video get out to more people. Leave a comment down below with any questions, comments, concerns about the set. Be glad to answer them. Hit subscribe and the notification bell so you don't miss out on future videos about Tokusatsu and all kinds of other cool stuff. If you'd like to help support the channel directly, especially for videos like this, which cost me $70 to make because of this, please consider joining as a channel member. You can get perks such as early access, so hit the join button down below for more details. Also, check out our live streams on this YouTube channel, Mondays at 5 p.m. Eastern. We're talking about all the Tokusatsu physical media news as it comes out. You can also find our Discord server in the link below, where you can join there and discuss all kinds of stuff, and people share things all the time. It's really a great building community. And you can find me on social media if you wish, at Soundout12 across most platforms. You can find my awesome graphic designer on social media and Discord at DarkClaw643, and Hero Club at hero-club.com for Tokusatsu interviews, news, and more. And until next time, this is Soundout saying goodbye.